Hi, my dear friends. This is Amareshwar extending you a warm welcome for today's session on Indian polity. My dears, the other day, the Supreme Court made a wonderful observation vis-a-vis with the center-state relations are concerned, and it also reminded us about the provision of the Indian Constitution, that to very Article 1 of the Constitution itself. So let us learn what actually it is. So Article 1 of the Constitution says, Bharat, a union of states, and the Honorable Judge also reminded that we are not a federation of states, because this observation was made while dealing with a suo motu case regarding the dual pricing as well as the procurement policy of the central government is concerned. And the Honorable Judge reminded very clearly that in the time of this sort of national crisis, the union, that is the central government, which must procure vaccine for the entirety of the country by negotiating, and the center should take initiative here. Individual states cannot be left in the lurch trying to negotiate. My dears, in addition to this observation, the Honorable Judge also made tough questions, the pertinent questions, stating that, are we leaving it to the individual corporations, or do we still see yourself as one nation, one country? A wonderful observation of Justice Chandrachud indeed. And here, let us know from our competitive exam point of view what actually this is about, what the very Article 1 is talking about. So I hope you are aware of it. So Article 1, that to Article 1A, specifically state that India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. భారతదేశం అనేది రాష్ట్రాల సమ్మేళనం, రాష్ట్రాల సమూహం. That's how the Constitution describes India. That means when the first statement says India, that is Bharat. So India is having two names here. One is India as well as Bharat. So this point you have to keep in mind. And second part is when talking about union of state, it is nothing but, my dears, disguising how our political system is about. Mana rajikaya vyavastha ela undi. So political systems are two types, if you know it very clearly. Either it may be unitary or federal. Ekaswamya, samatya, uni, single. So there exists the single, all-powerful central government. Whereas federal, the dual, the double, you have the central government as well as the state government. And between the central and the states, you will find, my dear, what? The division of powers. Right? You find the division of powers. The central list, that is union list, state list, right? Central will make only laws on this line. You have the division of powers in the federation. And our India is like that. Then why the word federation was not used? Only the union of states used. So here, that point, my dears, that takes us to the thing very clearly. Nowhere in the Constitution the word federation was used. Only it describes the union of states. Only union of states. So why? Here the question mark. Before that, and India, instead of calling as a federal, it was called as a a semi-federal. Of course, it was described by the political scientist, the Quasi-federal. Now let us know why the word federation was not used. And Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, whom we call the father of the Indian Constitution, wonderfully described. He has given the reason why the word federation was not at all used in the Constitution, my dears. He said, the Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement among the states. So we have the concept, for example, America, the United States of America. At that time, 13 states come together and form a grouping. So they called it as. So there is an agreement among the states, but India has nothing like happened. So it's not the result of an agreement. That's the first point. ఎలాంటి ఒప్పందం అంటే రాష్ట్రాల మధ్య ఒప్పందం ద్వారా ఏర్పడింది కాదు. And second point is that this component had no freedom to secede from it. అంటే భారతదేశాన్ని వేరు కావడానికి, విడిగా స్వతంత్రం ప్రకటించుకోవడానికి అవకాశం లేదు. It cannot declare himself as an independent. Whereas in the federations, like for example, we have the best example, USSR, United Soviet Socialist Republic, and right now it is not existing, because once upon a time it is a federation having 15 states. So finally all the 15 states disintegrated, 15 independent countries emerged. Okay, of course Russia is still there, one of the biggest. So that sort of thing is not here vis-a-vis Indian Federation, and these are the two reasons specifically given by Ambedkar, my dears. And if you look at our Indian Constitution, it's a combination of the federal as well as the unitary features. In the federation, we have the written constitution, we have the supremacy of the constitution, we have the division of powers, then the distribution of powers are there between central and the states, and you have the very strong independent judiciary, then as well as the bicameral legislature having the two houses, and all the federal features supposed to be there. But at the same time, the non-federal features, that is unitary also, we have the very strong central government, and we have only single citizenship, Ekapaursatvam, the common all India services like IAS, IPS, then uniformity of judiciary. This is what integrated judicial system, unlike in America where they have a separate structure, Australia, okay, and those are the federal countries. Then emergency provisions, Article 352, 356, 360, those things. Then appointment of governor by central government. These are, whatever be those certain functional aspects, the crucial aspects, they are nothing but the features of unity. So we combined, we blended, otherwise both the features of unitary as well as the federal in tune with our requirements. The central government has to rise to the occasion when the need arises. Okay? In normal times, it has to follow, because also the federal in structure and unitary in spirit when you're talking about. So in federal in structure and spirit, okay, in the normal terms, it will function as usual, as if it is a federation. But an emergency scenario like this COVID, it has to raise the occasion and take the responsibility and address to the people and not the politics. That was the Supreme Court, the wonderful observation that made it mightiest. Okay? So that's simply what actually the India, that is Bharat, about. And before we conclude, let us have the recap of the question, how the multiple choice questions are. The scheme of federation with a strong center has been taken from, because number of provisions, no, you have taken from different constitutions. Have you remembered from where we have taken it? Right? So it's from Canada. America is a federation. Australia is a federation. Okay? Germany, all those things. But the Canada, we have the combination, these things, my dears. Then India has been described under Article 1 of the Constitution as, so just now we said it is the union of states, isn't it? So there's a clear observation, you are aware of it. The third is that Indian Constitution is recognized as. So this is a bit of all the three choices you have: unitary in structure and federal in spirit, or B said federal in structure, unitary in spirit, C says unitary in structure and federal in structure. So none of the above. So just now we said it's a federal in structure and unitary in spirit. Okay? Then the Constitution describes Indian Union as, so very in the beginning they said India, that is Bharat, India, that is Hindustan, India, that is Bharatavarsha, or only India. So the very first choice, India, that is Bharat. Okay? The very starting part came. Then the case where the political scientists described India as, so you know this, just now we said the quasi-federal. And finally, the word federation, where it is mentioned. So number of competitive examinations you have this question, my dears. So it's not mentioned anywhere, nowhere in the Constitution. Preamble, for example, we have sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. Nowhere you will find the federation. Okay. Article 1 talking about union of states, not of this. No doubt it defined the state, what actually the definition of the state is about, but it's nowhere mentioned in the Indian Constitution, the specific word, the federation, my dears. So, that's it. So, those are the things. So, herewith I am signing off, and my dears, hope you are watching the AV Career channel regularly, and do subscribe it and do pass on the word. So, thank you very much, and we'll meet you in our next video. Thank you very much.